Hello, I'm OBXToyCat, and welcome back to another Minecraft news video. Today I have some Minecraft 1.9 news, which is the next big update for Minecraft on the PC/Mac, etc. And the reason this is so interesting, especially to console players, is this will probably be the shortest time in between an update coming out for the PC and coming out for the console, because of how long they'll be working on it for the PC, and because of how fast the console's going. So it's great news if you do play PC, but also great news for the console, because this will only be, 6 months to a year delayed behind the console, as opposed to 2 years like we're used to. Anyway, let's get straight into the news itself, shall we? Because that's the exciting bit, because we've been hearing about lots of features coming in this big combat update so far, and perhaps the biggest one was announced yesterday by Jeb, and I figured I'd talk about it. So, Jeb tweeted out, Jeb_Jens Bergenstein on Twitter, if you're wondering. He tweeted out yesterday saying, working on upcoming features, a new dungeon with blocks and mobs very different from other dungeons. I'm happy about it so far. So, this was a very, very interesting hint that, I've been thinking about for quite some time since the tweet came out yesterday, and I've been trying to think about what exactly he means by that, and there's a few things that I think we can say for sure. So first of all, just in case you don't know, a dungeon in the current version of Minecraft on the Xbox and on the PC is a mob spawner. It's what you'd call a mob spawner. It's the, the mossy cobblestone with the mob spawner in the middle with some chests there. It's a very simple dungeon that was made a long, long time ago. This new dungeon is going to be different from that in a lot of ways, it seems, and one very interesting thing is he says, one thing that really gives us a big hint here, and he says that it's going to be a new dungeon with blocks and mobs very different from other dungeons. So currently dungeons can spawn skeletons, they can spawn zombies, and they can spawn spiders. The three major mobs in Minecraft. You can't have a creeper spawner because that would blow up the spawner itself. But yeah, because he says that it's going to have blocks and mobs very different from other dungeons, this almost guarantees that it's going to have a brand new sort of hostile mob with it. Because the reason behind that is, if you think about all the mobs in the game, there's those four I mentioned, the three ones that spawn in current dungeons, and creepers, and then you've really got Enderman, you've got Silverfish, and you've got a few weird ones, but nothing that makes too much sense to have, like a mob spawner for. So I imagine there'll be some form of new major mob that maybe either will be found exclusively in this dungeon, or maybe will just spawn everywhere, and this is the major way to find it. That would be very exciting indeed, especially if it does turn out to be, harder to kill in some way, which I imagine it would be if it's exclusive to a type of dungeon. And then, of course, it means there's going to be some really good reward for this dungeon, not just the current mob spawner chests, which are pretty good, but they're not really worth going out and finding it. This might be a dungeon which is like, wow, I found one, now I've got to go through the challenge, and then I get the reward. I imagine that's something Minecraft really needs, and I imagine that's what he's working on. So some combination of mobs that we don't have yet, or that we probably haven't seen very often in the same place together, to make a brand new challenge, to get the new blocks, and to get whatever's going to be the reward of this place. This sounds really cool, because Underground right now is kind of dull. It's just got the mob spawners, it's got abandoned mine shafts, and it's got, caves, and then the stronghold. Not too much going on down there, especially compared to how many structures there is above ground. I think having this brand new dungeon is going to be exciting, and the new blocks in particular, we've actually seen a few hints about those before. So brand new blocks, brand new mobs, and brand new opportunities to explore. That sounds great by itself. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any thoughts as to what those new mobs or those new blocks might be. In my head, I'm picturing them like, okay, so some form of new mob. How do you make it challenging? I'm picturing something that's like free high, like a like a wither skeleton or an enderman with a lot of health and some form of range attack. Because there isn't that many range mobs right now, and as much as I hate them, they are the most challenging. Skeletons, in mass, are really, really challenging. Maybe that's something we'll see there. But yeah, some form of new ranged mob. As much as I hate the idea, I think that's that. And as far as new blocks go, we have actually seen a few hints as to what these new blocks would be, because they've said that there's going to be some specific new blocks coming in the 1.9 update for PC, and Press Dirt, which is going to be in villages, is one of them. But there's also going to be another couple blocks. One is a new block type, so a whole selection of blocks, and one's going to be a new dark colored block. But they've hinted at twice, in fact. Once from Sarge, one of the guys who works in it, and once from Jeb again. So first of all, this hint from Sarge is like kind of a riddle, and he's like, how about a block the players can't be found in the world, but its effect to the world is visible and exciting? That because he said it can't be found in the world, this makes me think maybe, he either meant that it couldn't be found in the world when he made the tweet, or maybe it's some form of technical block. But this is one of the most confusing tweets I've ever heard. I'd like to know what you think about this one, but this is the strangest hint ever. Maybe it's a riddle, maybe it's whatever. But we also had a second little hint about it from Jeb, who, said, this Reddit post made me happy about a new block type working on 1.9. And the Reddit post says, birch, sandstone, and prismarine blocks look so pretty together with this screenshot. So the block will complement this screenshot in some way. This kind of makes use of that quite well. And it's a block that can't be seen, is hard to get to, and it's visible and exciting. That sounds like the weirdest thing in general. I'm excited to know what you think. So yeah, the combat update is looking really exciting so far, with with brand new changes to arrows, like a shield slot to put your stuff in, brand new generated structure, like just what we've seen so far, which is just the tip of the iceberg, is all looking good, and I'm very excited. Let me know in the comments down below what you think the new blocks or new mobs will be. I'm excited just to hear like ideas there, because ideas can inspire people. And like if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do all sorts of videos just like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them on your homepage. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.